Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Coach Cruise, and look who's back. She just had to jump up there to make sure everybody saw her. But Zoe is back once again. Give her some treats here. And I just picked her up. I drove all the way down to Peoria, which for me in traffic is about 3.5 hours one way yesterday. And then I had thought about staying down there, but my stepmom and my stepbrother are on vacation, so it's just my sister. So I'm like, well, I had dinner with my sister, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get back here so we can get in the studio and get Zoe on the screen once again and talk about the Carnival Magic. And just coming off that cruise, just got off the ship on Sunday, so just a couple days ago. As a matter of fact, I slept really well Sunday, and I slept pretty good today. A few of you may have already seen the Carnival Magic Cruise Day video. I stayed in bed basically and was editing that film for a couple of hours until I had to cut out, a bunch of stuff. So I hope those of you that watched it thought it was okay and everything. But yeah, I mean, I've been on the Magic several times now, and I gotta say, it's turning into be one of my favorite ships. I'm going to go through, a bunch of different things that I liked, and then most of them are likes. Some of them are loves even. There's not too many meh, and I'm probably going to make a separate official video of this, but I figure I'd talk about it now. And I see we already got 30 in the group, and that number grew to about 60 when I was on the Magic, so hopefully we'll get up there around 60 again. But if we don't, it's okay. Just going to say hi to everybody. Mandy gets the gold today. She is a member of the Coach Cruise fam. We also have Patty Cakes here. Justin gets back on the podium. He was our gold medal winner for the longest, and now he's getting back on the podium with the bronze there. And we got JB. Just ordered a couple shirts today, and those of you that are members, I have the gifts that I'm going to send out everybody, and JB is a member as well, so he just ordered a couple shirts, and I said, you know what, I'm going to include, since I had his address right there in front of me, I'm going to include the gift that I have for everybody, all the members, the gifts I should say, and include that. But I am going to have to collect all of your addresses. I will say right now, everything's chaotic. I was just talking with somebody today, and they knew that I came back from a cruise, but they didn't know I was about ready to go back out on another cruise, which will be the Horizon, leaving next week, right? I'm going to leave probably on the 24th or 25th, get down a couple days early. To hang out and party and stuff. And then the 27th, a big group, I think we're 10 or 11 of us, that have coordinated. And then there's some other Coach Cruise fam out there as well that'll be on the ship. But for sure, a solid group of 10 of us. And we're all booked back in the Havana area. So it's going to be a wild party. 6 days going to Celebration Key, Montego Bay. I'm not as hyped about that one. And then Grand Cayman, that'll be a good one as well. So I'm excited about that. So let's get going here. I mentioned JB. Okay, we got Ben. And you know what, Ben? I was about to say congratulations and what for, but I don't know if that's something I should do. So if it is, then you put that in the comments. But Ben and his family has some big congratulations. But again, I don't know if that's in my place to say what for. So I will allow you to do that, Ben, if that is something you want to share. If not, I totally respect. Sandy, the Lost Pirate Jenkins, another one of our members, says, hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Cruise Life TV. And I think I see that they gave 5 gifts. So what that means, and I still haven't figured out this member thing. I really haven't. I've been meaning to share the link because some of you have asked me, how do I become a member? I want to become a member. And I've looked on my page and I can't find the damn thing to I'd like to tell somebody, oh, you just go to this page and you just click this. but I can't find it myself. So I don't even know how half of you are even members. I mean, I know if I go through this separate back page and then I copy a link, then I can share it, which I meant to do, but I was running late today, so I didn't even have time to do that. So if somebody can share that link, if there's anybody else that wants to join and become a member, it's $5 a month. And then I send separate videos that only the members get. And I sent a funny one. I won't say what, but when I was on this most recent cruise before it started, something rather funny that would make me be kind of embarrassed happened. And I shared that with only the members. And I wasn't going to share with anybody else because it was a little embarrassing. We got cruising Chris Moss, who's just been doing some cruising himself with his wife, says, "Hey, Coach Cruise fam, what's going on?" And another member, and then Cruiser Charlene, another member. Cruise Life TV, Greg and Michelle, other members. Ken Pascal is here, and Cruise Life TV, Greg and Michelle, thank you so much. So that means 5 of you that aren't members, and I don't know if it's 5 that are in the stream will get randomly selected to get a free month membership. And then after that, I think you have to decide if you want one. But Greg and Michelle, thank you so much for that. And that reminds me, you know what? I'm going to put down 25 for that. So way back when we were in the studio again, we had Pretty Black Buckeye was numbers 1 through 10. Rick the Texas Cruiser 11 through 20. Carl H 21, 22. Nora Colorado 23 through 52. And then the Texas Cruiser 53 through 67. So we're going to put CLTV, and then we're going to say, let's see, that's 72, 67 and 25, 80, 92. I got a math. So 68 through 92, which means we're only 8 away from doing a drawing. And anytime anybody does, come on, Zoe, a $10 super chat, Zoe gets a treat, and that counts, definitely counts as 10. So high five for Cruise Life TV. What do you say? Do you remember? Okay, she still remembers her manners. That was a hearty thank you. And I will do a shot, which we have. Oh, wait, I forgot. I got Yoli and Andrew's proof, try to kill me bourbon. And I promised them I will do that first shot, and only one, because the 100 proof stuff is it hits you quick and hard. So Greg and Michelle, thank you. We'll get this started here. And 100 proof, I got to say, that is good. That's as smooth as 100 proof can be. Yeah, but I'm only doing one of those a show because that 100 proof, like I said, is dangerous. All right. Let's get going back to the comments here. Adventures with Uncle Dave is in the house. Yoli is here. And Yoli is part of that big group I was talking about. And we're doing, we just confirmed all together that we're doing Bonsai Teppanyaki on day 3 of this upcoming cruise. So we were messaging earlier talking about that. Let's see, Mandy, Cruise Life TV. I said hi to all of you. Sean is in the house. Hello, everyone. Our family will sail on the Freedom in 9 days. I haven't been on the Freedom in forever. Let me know what you think about the Freedom now. Eric from North Shore Travelers, yet another member. Look at all these members we got in the house. I love it. Mandy's a member. We have R. Mossy 7777. Coach Cruz, what's going on? R. Mossy. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. JB, Cruise Life TV. I love the Magic. Yeah, I'm very happy with the Magic too. Mark Booze is in the house saying hello to everybody. What's up, Mark? Patty Cakes. I can't figure out how to rejoin. Greg and Michelle, they probably know. I mean, Greg's pretty savvy on all this stuff, and he knows how to do the blue screens and all this other stuff that I don't know how to do. He might be able to find the link and throw it up there. And then if he finds the link, then anybody could just click on it. VentureCast is here. What's going on, VentureCast? Cruiser Charlene. I love the Horizon. We sail on her for my Ultra Casino. Yeah, the Horizon, honestly, it's probably my favorite ship. I'm not going to lie. It's probably my favorite. Michelle B., another member. Roderick Hawkins is here. Hello to both of you. Controversial cruising. Scott was just on the World America. That looked amazing. And he says, yes, coach, you're a little blurry tonight. You know what? I have got to do something about my Wi-Fi. I paid for the extra upgraded stuff, and it didn't get any better. Danny Dizzle, the Fizzler Spectacular supporter. What is going on, Danny D? And she is a member as well. Mark R. Booze, member. I think you just joined, Mark, because your name changed colors, or you got one of those gifts. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat is in the house. What's going on? A lot of you are checking in the comments. I love it. I'm kind of scrolling through this, trying to see new names here. So if anybody has a question, I hope I didn't pass it. I know a bunch of you are saying hi to each other, which is great. Kimberly Lavelle, another member. Thank you, Kimberly. Welcome back to the show. We got Cruiser Charlene, who is a member for 1 month, sending love to Zoe, extra treats. We got the North Shore Travelers, boom, sending a treat. Come here, Zoe. And yeah, any $10 super chat gets Zoe a treat, and high five. Any $15 or more gets Zoe and me. And guess what? Because of that $10 super chat from the North Shore Travelers, we are over 100. So Eric is 93 through 100, and he's also numbers 1 and 2 for the next drawing after that. All right. So we see it just says 712 up there. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. 42. Let's see. 42 is Nora, Colorado. All right. So Nora, and that was from like whenever before I went on the Magic, that cruise. So Nora, Colorado, she had numbers 23 through 52, and the number is 42. So Nora wins a shirt. Oh man, I forgot it again. I have this other new swag that I'm excited to share with you, and I can't believe. I mean, I got several boxes of it. I'll just say that, and they are in the back, and I'm going to give that as an optional thing or whatever going forward if I ever remember to bring it in here, because it costs quite a bit more than the shirts. It costs like double, to be honest. I'm going to probably not this week because I forgot to bring it in. These will stay at 100, but I'm probably going to up the super chats to 150 before we do the drawing. And then if somebody wants a shirt, what I'm going to do is they're going to get a shirt, but they're also going to get the first 50 numbers of the next drawing. So they would have basically a 1 in 3 chance, plus they would already win a shirt. So then that way, you know, people have choices, because this thing that I'm going to share, and hopefully I remember next week, it's like I say, they were a little bit pricey. And I'm so happy with the quality of it. I mean, I think you all are going to like it. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that and leave it a little bit of a surprise. So, all right, look at this. We got Cruising Chris Moss, and we haven't even talked about the Magic yet. And that's a super chat, and I mean, that's a treat and a treat. So we got 3 through 17 for Chris Moss, and we are going to go back to the Four Roses, which this is 90 proof, so it's not a whole lot safer, and it's pretty good. This is a pretty good bourbon too. So thank you, Chris Moss. I appreciate you. In education business is A+. Continue being A+ host. Thank you. We got Brad H in the house. And again, thank you, Cruising Chris Moss. And Zoe's still eating that last treat. She's out of practice. Not only should be through it, so I'm going to set that one aside for when she gets up here. All right. Happy Michelle. Yeah, Michelle from Cruise Life TV is checking in. Darlene Crone says, I'm new. Since you're new, Darlene, we are going to just put you up on the screen. How about that? Well, welcome to the show. Been on the Magic in March. Let's see, why will I not? Okay, there it goes. Been on Magic in March, going back in September. Very good. And it's a good ship. So there's a new group there. Oh, and I just see Angie jumped in. There's a new group there. There's something in the stones. I mean, I mentioned it, or I let them mention it in that video I shared today, the cruise day video or whatever. And they're really good. I don't know what it is about the Magic. They get really good bands. So, I mean, I saw a Lady in the Vamps on the Magic, and they're my favorite group to this point live. But this group, this was their first cruise together. And you could tell, like, the first day they were doing sound checks and trying to figure things out. And by the end of the cruise, they had gotten so much better playing together. So anybody that cruises with them beyond this, I think you're going to be in for a real treat, because I really enjoyed it. Some of you may have seen on the last day that, Cruise Like a Champion, a big group of us. And I was about just to mention Dayton, because Angie's from that Dayton area of Ohio. There's a big group there. But we were all, I did the video right in front of them while they were singing "We Are the Champions" or whatever. And we just had a lot of fun. It was a really fun group, and a bunch of fun cruisers on this group. Just a lot of fun. But Brad says, I like the blurriness, kind of like your vision if you keep with the 100 proof. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? It's showing I got one little bar on, and it shows I got two little bars on my phone. I don't know. I gotta change. I'm gonna have to change like providers or something, because yeah, I can't have that. Nathaniel is checking in on Facebook saying, what's up? Danny Dizzle is talking to some of you, the rest of you, congratulating Nora. Colleen B is going on the Magic for the first time in August. You're going to like it. V. Marie just became a member courtesy of Cruise Life TV. So that's awesome. Congratulations on that. And Cruise Life TV saying you're very welcome. Adventures with Uncle Dave, who's a member. North Shore Travelers, who's a member. And then we have, once again, Cruiser Charlene saying treats and shots. And this was Chris Moss. Come here. So you got treats waiting for you. Look, like you have two treats here. So you're going to have to start eating faster. All right. So this high five for Chris Moss. What do you say? All right. She's back in practice now. All right. So Charlene, I will do my shot right now, because I'm not as slow as Zoe with my treats. So I will thank you for that. And cheers to you, Charlene. Appreciate you. That's how we get it going. All right. So we're going to put Charlene down here. And Charlene, you are numbers 18 and through, that's a 20, so that's 37, 18 through 37. Thank you so much for that. Mike Clark, saw the video of you bar hopping before getting on the Magic. Oh my God. That is Rod and Vicky. Oh, wait, it went away. Come back. There we go. Looked like you guys had a really good time. That's why I go down early, honestly. Rod and Vicky are gracious hosts. And anytime I'm, going on a cruise out of that Miami area, they're like, hey, come stay with us or whatever. So the thing is they're dangerous, right? they're fun, but they're dangerous. Like, you better, hydrate before you get there. You better get some good sleep, because you're going to be in for a party and some late nights and some bar crawls, and you might get onto your cruise day, 2 different cruise days now. I've gone on to cruise day with a hangover. And like I said, in that video, for those of you that haven't seen Cruise Day, I just released it today. We were at like the 7th bar at like 6 o'clock. It was like broad daylight. And I'm like, oh my God, here we are. We're going on our 7th bar, and it's 6 o'clock and the early evening or whatever. So yeah, but it's fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to more of it. Okay, JB's looking forward to the Magic review. Well, we're going to talk a lot about it. I mean, you guys are just awesome with all these comments and everything. So, day zero bar hopping and hot tub. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. They got an amazing um, pool and hot tub. It's like a resort back there. And let's see here, Michelle. And there was no ship ban when I was on the mat. Oh, man, that's terrible. That was definitely disappointing. No ship ban. So yeah, Angie was just up here, the Merry Mixer, the original Charlie's Angel. So there was this big family that were all from Dayton, Ohio area. Anyway, Angie's right from around that area, and I said, "Oh, I told them to take a picture of her like Facebook thing and stuff, so that oh, this was for Charlene. Zoe's like, hey, I got another treat coming. So high five for Charlene. High five. What do you say to her? Okay. She said, thank you. All right. And so I said, yeah, you gotta hook it up, and you gotta get some cookies off of Angie. Like if I lived in Ohio, I would definitely gain all the weight back that I had lost. That's for sure. Cause I'd definitely be ordering a bunch of cookies. JB sends a super sticker. So let's get on the board here. JB, thank you for that, sir. You are numbers 38 through 42. And then we got the Carnival Cruise Addicts. Okay, so I know Liz and Chris, they're the ones that Liz especially helped me with the membership thing when I first got it started or whatever. So Liz knows how to share that membership link. I don't know. So those of you that are trying to join, maybe Liz could. But she says internet fun, and I got to get another shot here. I'm forgetting. I've been out of the studio for so long, I forgot what to do. But Liz and Chris, let's get this shot going for you. And Zoe's just she's having a hard time keeping up with all you guys with the treats. I got 3 of these big treats left, and then she's, I don't know. Here we go. Liz and Chris, Carnival Cruise Addicts, and they are going to be either the second or third group to go to Celebration Key. Okay, so the cruise right now, I know like some of our other cruise fam, Alex Roberson, Island Time, they are on a cruise headed to Celebration Key. They will be the first people on the Carnival Vista. I know John Heald is on that cruise, and I just saw something about Derek getting a chance to, and Alex, we're both with John Heald, but Derek's going to do an interview or something when John Heald already was doing an interview. So that'll be really cool. But they're heading to Celebration Key right now. My group on the Carnival Horizon, we are going to be at Celebration Key, I believe, July 28th. So Carnival Cruise Addicts shared on their page. If you're not part of their group, go check out their group. But this is where I learned it from Carnival Cruise Addicts today, I think it was, that they're going to have Wi-Fi signals and everything on Celebration Key. So if you buy the Wi-Fi package, and they just said internet fund right there, and I get the premium internet, and I think I just purchased it today. So coincidentally, thank you for that, Liz and Chris. Appreciate you. Yeah, you will be able to use the Wi-Fi while you're on the island there. And that's going to be important for me. And I'm sure Liz and Chris are going to do the same thing. They're going to share some live video with you on Celebration Key, since it's all new and everybody wants to see what it's all about and everything. I'll probably do a live video from there when I go to Celebration Key here in a couple weeks. So, make sure the notification bell is hit and the subscribe button is hit, and I will show you Celebration Key if that is some place that you are excited about. I'll walk around a lot and show you as much of it as I can. So yeah, absolutely. So Carnival Cruise Addicts 30. Let's see. You were JB was 38 through 42. CCA 4757. So you are numbers 43 through 57. We're only 43 away from that second shirt. I apologize for the blurriness, everybody. I mean, I'm glad you're sticking with me. The fact that there's 42 of you, and if you could hit the like button, even though it's blurry, that would be awesome. It probably won't be next week, but then after that, I'm going on the cruise. When I get back, I'm gonna have to switch, internet providers or whatever, because yeah, this is a couple weeks in a row now where it's been kind of crap. If it does get blurry, let me know. But right now, yeah, I just see one little bar on the thing. So, oh, you know what? Here, let me try something here. Settings and see if I can't lower it from. Oh, it's already on high def. Okay. You know what? Okay. Yeah, it's not. I was going to try to set it to a lower setting, but it's already on 720. So I don't know. Just got to say sorry for right now, I guess. All right, Michelle. Michelle says, yes, I can attest to the fact Rod and Vicky can be dangerous, but they're so much fun. And that is so true. And yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, I don't even have a comment for that, to be honest. I mean, can you blame me? I mean, just, if you saw the video, yeah, whatever. No comment. Angie, can't wait to meet you guys someday. And Angie is so much fun. We've been on a couple cruises together, but Angie, we got to get back on another cruise together for sure. The Merry Mixer from Ohio. And anybody in Ohio, you got to find Angie on Facebook and you got to order cookies because she's like the cake boss of the cookie. She's the cookie boss now. She used to do cakes too, but now she's like specializing in no, Uncle Dave. I'm not even going to put that comment up there, but I mean, if they were in Chicago, we would have a conversation, but yeah, I'm not ready to do another long distance relationship. So, oh boy. Okay. I should not even have read those comments. Okay. You guys got me frazzled now. Okay. Cruise Life TV. Let's change the topic here. To join the membership, just need to click on subscribe next to the notification bell. All right. That should be simple enough. Okay. Cruise Life TV, can't wait to see everyone's Celebration Keys post. Yes, me either. And then we have Ben, Go National League Internet Fund. That is great. We got Big Ben from Wisconsin, and you, sir, are 58 through 62. We are only 38 away. We got Patty Cakes. Celso Green is in the house. I think that's the first time I've mentioned you today. Cruiser Charlene, Celebration Key. Find out about helping people who need special assistance. Okay. Well, I know Liz and Chris from Carnival Cruise Addicts are going to be there before me, and I will keep that in mind as well. And hopefully you have plenty of information regarding that. Yeah, Eric says may need to reset your router. I plug it in for 10 seconds, plug it back in. That's not a bad idea. Obviously, I can't do that now, but I will do that. Thank you for putting that seed in my head. Mike Clark has a question. If my slow internet would work. The Magic's my favorite ship that I've sailed on so far. I'll be on the Vista, Mardi Gras, and Venezia by the end of the year. How would you rate them? I would rate the Vista. Ooh, the Vista Magic. That's a tougher one. Okay, so, wow. All right, that's a tough question because we're talking different class ships, and the Venezia is probably going to come in last. I'll tell you that much. The Venezia is laid out very similar to the Horizon and Vista, which you might say, well, that's strange because the Horizon's your favorite ship, you said. And you're right. But the Venezia, they have the way the Lido deck and everything's laid out. It seems really confined, and it's a little weird. It's a little more laid back. It's not as much fun, in my opinion. So that's why the Venezia would be last. And so the Magic or the Vista or the Mardi Gras, which one would be first among there? I really like the Mardi Gras for the shows that they have. Voodoo Moon And what's the other one that I like? There's another show they have there that I like. Voodoo Moon. Oh, Love in Vegas. Love in Vegas and Voodoo Moon. I really like those two shows. You know, there's better food options there. You got Shaq's Chicken, things like that. So I'm gonna say I would have the Mardi Gras first, the Magic second, the Vista third, the Venezia fourth. That's how I'd rank them. Okay. And so one of the things I really, really like, this is a love for the Magic now that, you know, we're 30 minutes into the show and I'm finally talking about the Magic a little bit. So thank you for that question, Mike. I love being at the Alchemy Bar and you have a good band like Something in the Stones. I apologize. And I also know this, one of the lead female vocalist, she's something cruising curvy girl or curvy girl cruising or something like that. So if you look up curvy girl cruising or something, her name's Lizzie. And yeah, she's got a couple thousand people following, either it's on YouTube, Instagram, something, but she's good. So her and her partner, the male vocalist, and their background instrumentalists and everything are really good too, but they got progressively better. As you know, like I said, this was their first week, and you know, from day 1 to day 7, I mean, you could see that dramatic improvement. So I think they're going to be a really good band. So yeah, I mean, I think anybody going on there will like them a lot. Carl Hamilton back once again with a $2 super sticker. Let me get you down, Carl H. You are numbers 63 and 64. That puts us only 36 away from the next shirt drawing. North Shore Travelers, don't blame you one bit. Like living through you. Oh, thanks. Carnival Cruise Addicts. Oh, yeah. So that's Chris's thing. Okay, so Liz and Chris, for those of you that you want to watch Carnival Cruise Addicts, if you like to see nips, the male variety, not the female variety, Sunday nights, I think it's 5 Eastern or maybe it's 4 Central, 5. I don't know. It's 5 o'clock either Eastern or Central. Carnival Cruise Addicts, you want to tune in because Chris will give you a nip show every show pretty much. So yeah, that's I've done it once or twice on a super chat dare when I've had too many of those shots right there. But yeah, but Chris goes over the top. He even puts little tassels on there. I've seen that before. That's happened. So Mandy says Mardi Gras is my favorite. Yeah, Mardi Gras is a really good ship. I think Mandy, I think that's where we met. Was it the Mardi Gras or Celebration? I don't remember. It was one of those two. I definitely know it was an XL class ship, and you were with your friend. I forget your friend's name, but Michelle B. Kimberly, it did kind of suck. I can't lie. Oh, okay, I don't know what that's in reference to. You were probably talking to somebody. Brad says he loves my rankings of the ship. Yeah, I don't know if I've done a ranking of all the ships. Will G is always cruising, and he's in the Bonaire today. Bonaire is one of my favorite ports. So beautiful. I'll be going to Bonaire on the second half, the second of the 2 back-to-backs. So Mandy's asking if you're on the Vista, Will. Everybody's saying hi to Will because Will is such a regular. We love Will. Mandy is saying celebration during the nightmare of boarding. Oh my God. Yeah. I remember that. That was in June. I went on that cruise with James Pope. Angie. First met Coach on the Glory. Oh yeah. Okay, Angie. I think you're wrong though. I think we met on the Valor. Wasn't it the Valor that we met on? Maybe it was the Glory. I want to say it was the Valor though. I'm kind of thinking it was the Valor out in New Orleans, wasn't it? Recheck that. Go to your cruise thing. I kind of think it was the Valor. And we met Dex, the Alchemist, and You know, oh my God, did I actually catch up in comments? I'm like trying to scroll up and it's not going up. I think I finally caught up. Angie says, yes, you're right. So my mind is not as frazzled as I thought it once was. So look, I caught up with the comments. I can actually talk about the magic and intent. Okay, so food. Went to the steakhouse, and I'll be honest, there was something at the steakhouse that was kind of, staged and upsetting. At least it seems staged. I won't go beyond that, but I didn't enjoy my first steakhouse as much as I normally would, and I will not take further questions on that. But I did, because of my play in the casino, get another steakhouse at the end of the cruise, and by that point, I was much better, and I enjoyed that steakhouse a lot better. So the steakhouse was really good. That was the only specialty restaurant that I did, and the main dining room seemed very good. As a matter of fact, so most of you that are Carnival cruisers, you know, you've been to the lobster nights and everything, and some of you order 2 lobsters. Some of you do like me, and you get, 1 lobster, 1 prime rib, something like that, or a different combination. So I did my normal lobster prime rib. The lobster was really good. I mean, I'll have a vlog coming out about that. I think I shared a picture of it, in like what would you eat or whatever on one of my Facebook posts. But the lobster was really good. Like sometimes those free lobster nights, the lobster's kind of chewy and it's like, well, it's free, whatever. It's and the prime rib was good too. So like on the premiere night, they did a really good job. I would say overall, the Magic, food MDR, most nights, solid, really solid. Another thing that I keep telling people that you're overlooking are the salads. Emerald, when he took over the menu and they reconfigured the menus and everything, they ordered, or they added on there a featured salad that you could order as an entree. Here's an idea for some of you out there. Rather than some of the appetizers that you get, like if there's a night there that the appetizer's like, whatever, look at the entree salad. And then you can order an entree as an appetizer. Say, okay, I want to get 2 entrees, but give me the the salad as my appetizer, and then give me whatever the second thing is as your entree. If you want to do that rather than doing multiple appetizers. Me, I'm a big guy. I normally do 2 or 3 appetizers and then still do 2 entrees. And that's why I gain usually 10 pounds. I only gained 5 pounds this cruise, though. I'm proud of myself. I got to lose 5 pounds before I get on the next cruise. But yeah, that's an idea for you. So Michelle says, everyone, if you haven't already, and we still have 42, like that number has not changed. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi that's making the number 42 stay there, or maybe all 42 of you are staying on here. But if you are, you're amazing. So yeah, Michelle's saying, hit the like button. So yeah, appreciate that. Thank you for reminding me of that, because everybody knows I always forget. Adventures with Uncle Dave, your mind is not as frazzled as your internet coach. Oh my God. That's just frustrating me so much right now, that this internet is so bad. And then look, just like that, I said 42 and then it dropped to 39. I've had the prime rib, but never the lobster. Okay, well, you don't like lobster. I get it. Z's Gaming and Home Theater channel, he reached out to me about coming on his channel the other day, and I was busy. I was driving somewhere or something. So Z, we'll get on your channel soon, one of these days. Keep reaching out, and I will jump on there with you when I missed your super chat. Carl, I had you down. Wait, I had put you down for 63 and 64. Did you send another one besides that? Oh, you did. Okay, I'm sorry. You said, Coach, what's up? And then you had another one. Thoughts on the panorama. Okay. All right. So let me write you down again, sir. I apologize. So you now are going to be 63 through 66. And thank you for that. And you know what? Let me put that up on the screen, so then I definitely won't forget. Okay, so now you're 63 through 66. Okay, so the panorama. Full disclosure, I've never been on the panorama. It is the same ship as the Carnival Horizon, the Carnival Vista, but One big difference is the panorama. Instead of having a what's the big IMAX. Instead of having an IMAX movie theater like the Vista and the Horizon does, it has like a bouncy house with the trampolines and everything, which I think is really cool, because the IMAX thing, people are like, whatever, they're just, if it's a good movie, whatever, they'll go see the movie. But I'll be honest, the last couple times I've been on the Vista Horizon, I haven't gone to see a movie. For the novelty of it, the first few times I went on the Horizon or the Vista, I did it. But it's like, I'm like, if I have the option of going to see a movie at home or going to do something different that I don't get to do on a ship on a regular basis, even if it's just going to the Alchemy bar and sitting there for 2 hours drinking martinis, I'm like, I don't get to do that all the time back home. So I can go to see a movie anytime. So it's just like, I'll pass on the IMAX. But I'll be on the Horizon 2 weeks in a row. So I think there's a good chance, if there's a good movie out. And I haven't been going to the movies. Is anybody else like this? Like, do people go to the movies as regular? I don't think you all do. I don't. I used to love going to the movies, but with all the streaming and everything else like that, it seems like people aren't even going to the movies anymore. So yeah, I don't know. Mandy's saying, I wish that. Okay, Angie. All right. I see you there. Yeah, I mean, Mandy's saying, wish they had that on the Vista. Yeah, it would be nice. I would like to do that trampoline thing, and I am going to get on the panorama. I had the panorama booked during COVID, and then it got canceled. I don't want to make that little extra long flight to get out to the panorama, but I love Cabo. I will say that. I love Cabo San Lucas, and the panorama always goes to Cabo. That's like one of their main stops. Andy says Superman is out. I would go see that. I would definitely go see that. We have Angie. Let's try this again, Zoe. I think this is Carnival Cruise Addicts. I forget, but we'll say we still got 2 more. Carnival Cruise, sit. Got to do this. Carnival Cruise Addicts and Angie. High five for both of them. What do you say? Okay. Big hearty thank you. Carnival Cruise Addicts. I think, Angie, I don't know if Carnival Cruise Addicts, if I gave you one earlier or whatever, but because I'm a little parched, I'm going to take a little drink as well. So, Angie, you are numbers, the Merry Mixer, 67 through 76. So we are only 24 away. We might give away another shirt. We still got at least about 20 minutes to go here. Cruise Life TV says that's what cruising is all about. Do and eat things you don't do at home. Yeah, absolutely. Panorama has the Mongolian walk, if I remember right. Okay, so that's one of the different things about the Vista class ships. They have GGs. So instead of the Mongolian walk, they have GGs, but they call it the Mongolian walk during lunch. So that's free, but you have to go up to GGs to get that Mongolian walk. I think, Eric, but again, I haven't been on the panorama, so I can't say with certainty. Nathaniel says, I don't go to the movies anymore. Cruise Life TV, just the movies to see Mission Impossible. Oh, yeah, Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise, I still like him. Matt Damon, Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne, what was the other one? Ultimatum or whatever. That was my guy, Matt Damon. He was one of my favorite actors, and he hasn't done much in movies lately, but I like Matt Damon as an action character over Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise, he's a beast. So anybody that likes Tom Cruise, I don't blame you for that. Yoli says we love going to the movies. Nathaniel says love GG's. Brad H, because Cruise Life TV, agree. Yes. Okay. So I'm caught up on comments again. All right. So entertainment. Again, I talked about the live music a little bit. They did have the violin trio. It was 3 guys. I mean, I've seen 3 girls several times, but I think it's the first time I've seen 3 guys. I mean, I didn't listen to them much, to be honest, but the couple times I did, they were pretty good. The ship, the Magic, I mean, it's a dated, the decor is a little bit, past or whatever, but you can appreciate that. Like, I think some people really like that. And then I think other people, you can look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's different, or, that's a little dated or whatever. But I mean, I don't think it's offensive. I think it's quirky in a way. The ports, we did Roatan, Belize, and Cozumel. Roatan, we did West Bay Beach, beautiful. If you go to Roatan and you want to go to West Bay Beach, $60 round trip for the taxi ride. Okay. The taxi that takes you there, this is the craziest thing to me. They stay there. You could be there for like 5-6 hours, whatever. They stay there and wait for you for 5 or 6 hours. They go have a beer or two, in this little other area or whatever, and just hang out with the other taxi riders, wait for you to enjoy your entire day, and then drive you back. It's the craziest thing ever. That's $60 a round trip. If you take the taxi out of the Port Canaveral, if you like walk out to where the locals are, it's probably even cheaper. Okay. They'll take you to a resort. The last 2 times I've been to Roatan, they took me to this resort, Henry Morgan. It's $23 per person. Basically, you get access to their Wi-Fi, you get shade, you get lounge chairs. You can be in the sun if you want. You get access to the pool, showers, all that stuff. You don't get any free drinks or food or anything like that. That will cost extra, but that's what you get. And West Bay Beach is beautiful. So that was Roatan. Belize, absolutely amazing. I took my guy, OT. OT came with me in Orlando's Thomas. He's a athletic director at another school and another coach. We've coached against each other for years. Second cruise he's been on with me, once with Alaska, once with this one. And I told him, Belize, I'm like, look, if you like adventure, I got to take you on this excursion. It's sharks and stingrays. Shark Ray Alley off the coast of Cape Cocker. You get to swim with nurse sharks. And those are sharks that don't kill you. They're not going to bite your leg off or anything like that. They just look like sharks, but you're swimming in the middle of sharks. And then there's stingrays swimming around. I shared some members-only footage with the members already of just the sharks and the stingrays. When I get to that video footage, obviously I'm going to share it with everybody. But yeah, they got to see that. And we got to swim with sharks and stingrays. I mean, and then we got to go to Cape Cocker. And, they have little grills, little locals there. The entire little island of Cape Cocker, this little charming island, the tourists and people that live there combined, it's only like 2,000 people. They only have little golf carts there. If you ever go to Belize, you could just take a water taxi to Cape Cocker, hang out at Cape Cocker all day. They have little bars. There's this one bar called the Sip and Dip or whatever, where they just have tables in the ocean right there. You can order your drinks and just go sit at these tables literally with your butt in the ocean while you're sitting at a table or standing around a table in the shade, or if you want to step out in the ocean. It's really cool. They have all these big tarpons on this another area. I'll have video where I was holding up a fish and in slow-mo, the thing jumped out and almost bit my hand off or whatever. That's really fun too. Like they've engulfed little kids' hands and not taken their hand off, and it's been fine. So they might put their whole mouth on your hand as they're biting the fish, but they don't like hurt you or anything like that. So it's fine. And then the final day, many of you that have followed my channel for a long time, I have this friend, Meg, who I used to teach with like a decade ago here in Chicago. And she said, F it. You know what? I want to be a scuba diver instructor. I'm going to move everything and just go to Cozumel, Mexico and become a dive instructor there. And that's what she did. She's one of those few people that, we've all said it, right? We've all go to these vacation spots and said, oh, I could live here. I could do this. And we've had that plan for like one day in our head that we'll just drop everything and go. She was the one who did it. Right. So I respect her for that. So every time I go to Cozumel, we always make plans to hang out. So this time we did Mr. Sancho's because the time previous I'd gone to El Cielo and I hung out with her again there. And El Cielo is beautiful. I'd recommend that before an all-inclusive if you're just going to go to Cozumel once every few years or so. But, since I'd already done that, did Mr. Sancho's and great time. So OT, Meg, myself, couple other people that we met on the ship, we all hung out and it was great. The Dayton, Ohio crew, all 10 of them, we partied and hung out. Yeah, it was a good time. So those were the 3 ports. So I covered that, and let's get back to some more of the comments so I don't fall behind here. Michelle said we actually watched Jaws again recently. Still scary. That's cool. And especially considering the special effects and everything. We're at 50 minutes. Okay, let's catch up on everything. So Angie got us to 76 on the super chats. I covered food. I covered entertainment. The ship, I covered. Ports, I covered. Passengers, I pretty much covered. Like Dawson and his group. Dawson, he's a big Cubs fan and everything. I remember his name too because remember Andre Dawson, famous Cub MVP. But his first name is Dawson. He was rocking his Cub jersey on the bar crawl. The bar crawl was amazing. Everybody had so much fun. Everybody was screaming. It was the second time we got kicked out. So I think it was the Carnival celebration and the Carnival Mardi Gras. They were trying to do comedy or something in the Limelight Lounge. And the host came out and he said, "Hey, you guys are amazing, whatever, but you're just too loud. Like everybody's having so much fun and just whatever. Like, can you leave?" So I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I got you." So we, I said, "Hey guys, let's go to the next bar." We still had another bar to go to, and this time. And then I told them at that bar, and I said, "Hey, everybody, listen up," or whatever. And I was like, for the first time in a Coach Cruise bar crawl, we were asked to leave because you were too loud. And everybody just started screaming or whatever. That was at the Brass Magnolia or whatever that bar is on either Mardi Gras celebration. They all have different names, Jubilee, whatever. I don't know which one it was, but they went crazy. And then so this one, the final bar was the Alchemy Bar, which is where Ocean Plaza is. So Ocean Plaza was hosting a trivia night. And, this one lady, came up to me and I mean, was basically chastising me and like scolding me or whatever. And she did it in a very rude way. And she said, do I have to go to security or whatever? And I told her, I was like, "Yeah, you might have to, because the way she came at me, she wasn't like cool, like, hey, the thing is there was nobody like screaming or whatever, but drunk people are talking loud, whatever. And so they were doing their trivia, and I guess not everybody in the trivia could hear clearly, which, I understand. So eventually we're like, all right, the Red Frog is like right next to Alchemy, and we just had to walk that way. And I said, all right, we'll get rolling or whatever. So we got kind of like an ovation. And then I made that announcement at the Red Frog, like, okay, for the second time now, the Coach bar crawl has been asked to leave because they're too loud. And then, they all got crazy and everything. So, yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a really good bar crawl, a lot of fun. Next cruise, I mentioned it briefly earlier, going on the Carnival Horizon, July 27th, all the way till August 10th. So going to be on there, 6 ports. It's going to be crazy. I mean, we got Celebration Key. We got Montego Bay, Jamaica. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie. I might stay on the ship for Montego Bay. Montego Bay, you get off there. The vendors are so ridiculous. If you don't have an excursion set up and you just try to walk off the ship, they're going to follow you all throughout the streets, asking you to buy whatever, right? And it's just so annoying. So I'll either get off and maybe go to a bar and drink a few Red Stripes or something and then get back on the ship. Or I might just, since we got the Havana area, I might just hang out the Havana area in Montego Bay. But Celebration Key, and then we got Grand Cayman. And then so I think Vicky found a resort for a day kind of thing that we might hang out at. And then there's Stingray City also. For anybody that hasn't been to Stingray City in Grand Cayman, I highly suggest that as well. And then the second half is the ABC, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. So I've been to all those ports recently before. Aruba, you don't even have to buy an excursion. All the beaches are beautiful. If you're a beach person, throw a dart at a beach, go to that beach, and you'll be like, oh my God, this was an amazing day. You don't even have to think about it. I mean, they're all beautiful. So you just go. Bonaire, Klein Beach, if you want to do snorkeling, you just take a little water taxi across. The only bad thing about Klein Beach is they don't have any like restaurants or bars that are over there. So you just need to bring whatever you're going to bring with you. And then you have to wait for another water taxi to bring you back. But if you like snorkeling, you can go to one end of Klein Beach and there's like this 200-foot drop or something. And then all this beautiful coral, all these beautiful fish. You just go to one end and you just kind of, snorkel your way down to the end of the beach. And it's great. And it costs nothing. You do it other than a water taxi over. Another thing I've done several times, the golf cart, great experience. You can go around the south part of the island. That's the better of the two versus the north. But if you've already done the south, go check out the north. That's also really good. Cruise director, some guy named Todd. He was good. Like, I mean, honestly, I didn't sit there and watch him, but the deck parties that I went to, he was working. He was really trying to push it or whatever. So I don't know how much longer he's going to be on the ship, but honestly, normally I like interview the cruise directors and stuff. And I'd never heard of this guy. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know if anybody will be that interested in an interview, and I'm busy. So I didn't even bother to try to set up an interview or anything. But from what I observed, he's working hard. He's doing his best. He's not bad. So Michelle says, did you blow your loud cup at her? Oh, I didn't. I didn't blow my loud cup, but I should have. I should have brought my loud cup, and I'm glad so I will blow the loud cup just since you mentioned that. Loud cup. I still have a few of these. That can be a choice for anybody that wins the next drawing as well. Let's see. Nathaniel says they did that to us in Ocho Rios. One of the guys grabbed my mom, and that was game over. Grab me, fine. Touch my mother, game. Yeah. Yep. Right? That's what I'm saying. I might not even get off the thing. The last time I went there, I needed more sun spray. That's all I needed. I just wanted to get sun spray. That's it. That's the only reason I was getting off the ship. And just to walk that block, I was so ridiculously attacked by vendors and everything, asking me to buy this, that, following me, staying with me. I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I'm good, man. I'm, whatever. They didn't leave. It's just like, white on rice. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And then, I finally get to a shop and overpay for some sun spray, and I come right back, and they don't leave you alone. So, I mean, the only way I would get off the ship in Jamaica is if you have an excursion booked, and that like they're going to take you away and keep you away from those vendors. Like if you just try to walk off the ship and navigate Jamaica on your own, you're going to be miserable. That's just my opinion. Just whatever, unless you like vendors hounding you or whatever, you're going to be not happy. Coach, I would like to try to meet up with you on the 26th. If it works out, I'll be in Orlando for 2 weeks starting the 21st. Well, yeah, I mean, the 26th. Okay, so I get on the 27th. Oh, okay, so Eric, we are planning on going on Rod and Vicky's boat that day, but knowing them, I'm pretty sure that they would be happy to make accommodations for you to join. So, message me up about that if you're going to be there. So cruising, Chris Moss says, Aqua Show was can't. Ship is rolling too much. I'm still drinking tonight. Coach, have a drink with me. Zoe needs a treat. All right, let's do it. And you know what? We might hit that 100. Oh, we're in. Actually, we might not. But look, Chris Moss. Let's see. That makes 81, 91. So 77 through 91. Zoe, you want another treat? Come here. All right. Thank you so much for that. Mandy says, Zoe, come here. Go with the Jamaican and the vendors will leave you alone. Yeah, maybe canceled. Oh, so the Aqua Show was canceled. And cruising, Chris Moss. I didn't even know you were still cruising. But Zoe, she stepped up for this last treat. High five for Chris Moss, still cruising. What do you say? Say it louder. Okay. You said it twice softly. We'll let you get away with that. All right. So thank you so much for that. And we have just hit our 1 hour mark. The last thing I had mentioned, that I was going to talk about, was deck parties. Did the Rock and Glow. Like I said, did a pretty good job with the Rock and Glow. The Todd guy that was the cruise director. The white party or whatever, didn't notice that too much. It was after we had been in COZUMEL. So what some of these cruise lines or what some of the Carnival ships are doing now is they're combining white night with the second formal night. So some people are formal, not white, and then some people are white, and it's just kind of a hodgepodge. Not to mention it had been COZUMEL, so people had been out drinking, so they were like, whatever. So yeah, that was the deal there. But look, we're going to give away 2 shirts next week. Nora got a shirt this week. She was the one winner. We are only 9 people away, or we are $9 in super chats away from giving away a second shirt. Let me take a drink. If you have any other last minute questions, we just went a minute over. Ask them. If by some chance we get a $9 super chat, we will do that second shirt drawing and end the show that way. But let me take a drink here. I'm a little parched. Because I do see some comments. So let me go through all the comments real quick. Will G is saying it has to go. Have a good night, Will. Michelle, they bombarded us at the airport in Jamaica. They were selling weed at the freaking airport. Yeah, Jamaica's like that. Like I said, Jamaica is not my favorite place. Mandy, was the Carnival ship less fun like the people on some videos are making it? No, honestly, I had one person that I knew come up to me and said, this ship wasn't the same, it didn't have as fun of people. And I'm like, you were hanging around the wrong people, my man, because the people that were hanging around with me and coming up to me, it was great. Like, we all had fun. All the bar crawlers, everything else like that. We were, especially the last night, it seemed like everybody was like, just all over. And we were just having a great time. And I'm like, you just need to not be, sitting around with the same people if they're boring or whatever. You needed to be getting out and mingling with everybody else. Adventures with Dave, he did it. All right, so we're gonna do this shirt drawing. Adventures with Uncle Dave. Let us give away a second shirt. I don't know if he'll win it or not, but he is 92 through 100. And then you're also number 1, Uncle Dave. In our hearts and our minds, you are also number 1 in the next shirt drawing. Okay, so we get to give away a second shirt. We got North Shore Travelers, numbers 1 and 2. Chris Moss, 3 through 17. Charlene, 18 through 37. JB, 38 through 42. Carnival Cruise Addicts, 43 through 57. Ben, 58 through 62. Carl 8, 63 through 66. Angie, the Merry Mixer, and the Charlie's Angel, 67 through 76. Chris Moss, 77 through 91. And Adventures with Uncle Dave, 92 through 100. All right, here we go. You see it says nothing at the top. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. 29. Who is 29? Charlene is the winner. And Charlene has been very supportive in super chats and stuff like that. So it does not surprise me that she won there. So congratulations, Charlene. Send me a message of what shirt. And I did the old school. These are my traditional shirts. Okay, so let me look. I'm like looking this way. Let me tell you, so I've gotten a lot of great compliments about my new design shirts, but my personal opinion is they're more like bar crawl themed. It says Party Squad, Coach Cruise, all this other stuff. I have a second bar. Am I still blurry? Oh, wait, my second bar just disappeared. I'm probably blurry again. Never mind. Yeah, so I feel like these old school my traditional shirts. The thing I like about these is I feel like you can wear these at any time. I do. I feel like, like if you want to just go to a bar, for the weekend, whatever, you're hanging out, you going out on the lake, whatever. It's like a nice casual shirt. I feel like the Coach Cruise Party Squad, you can do that too, but this one seems a little bit more laid back, whereas the Party Squad new design shirt seems a little bit more focused on okay, I'm here to party specifically. And I don't know. It's just, I'm not trying to, like throw shade on my own stuff, but if it sounded like that, but that's just what I think. Cruise Life TV says Magic is great. Each ship has different things. YouTube's favorite uncle, yes. Cruising Chris Moss on Oasis until Sunday, the Celebrity Beyond for 1 week, then have to go back to work. Okay, Cruising Chris Moss, you're like me. Next week, I'm going to get on the Horizon, and I'm gonna be on there for 2 weeks, and then it's back to work all the way up until Thanksgiving. So I feel you on that. I feel you. And a lot of comments at the end here. Cruise Life TV says, you're fine, coach, not blurry. I'm glad I wasn't blurry for some part of the night. All right, everybody, we're 6 minutes over. There's still 38 of you. If any of those 38 and 2 people on Facebook haven't hit that like button already, if you can do me a favor, hit that like button. And if any of you are not subscribed, how are you not subscribed on YouTube? Please hit that subscribe button. And Mike Clark says, thanks, Cruise Life TV. Chris Moss, Angie Briggs, North Shore Travelers, Adventures, Uncle Dave, all saying good night. Cruise Life TV, Carnival Cruise Addicts, everybody, good night. And thank you so much for making this the funnest night of the week. Usually is what you do. And the support and everything else like that. Appreciate all of you. I should be back in studio one more time. And the next 2 times after that should be on the Carnival Horizon. So if you want to see hopefully the Wi-Fi is working and we're able to take you live on the Carnival Horizon. But hit that notification bell. You'll get notification when we're going live. And we can all do this again, but on a ship. Okay, but next week should be in studio again. And maybe we'll invite some friends, and see if we can have it a bigger party other than just me talking. That lets me drink more. So again, thanks everybody for all the support, all the super chats, all the comments, all the love, whatever. I hope you enjoyed the show. Sorry it took so long to get into the Magic Talk. For all of those that tuned in just for the Magic Talk, I hope you were able to fast forward to the part where I actually talked about it. But we will see you all later. Take care. Have a great week, everybody, and peace.